Why are Americans always so loud and over the top? Why is everything there so ridiculously oversized? Or even, is America really as terrible and chaotic as the news makes it seem? If you've ever heard these questions from international friends ahead of the 2026 World Cup, you're probably not surprised. It seems the world has spent years shaping its image of America through lenses filled with skepticism and stereotypes, largely influenced by the news.
Americans are ignorant, the culture is shallow, the food will kill you, and people believed it. Why? Because they saw it on the news. Video after video of Europeans and Canadians saying, I had no idea, I was completely wrong, this is nothing like...
We owe America a huge apology because America is nothing like what the media tells us. Everyone is so friendly, everyone is so...
Instead of hostility, they were greeted with smiles from complete strangers. Volunteers patiently helped lost visitors navigate unfamiliar cities. Local families welcomed traveling fans. Restaurant staff went out of their way to make guests feel at home. And countless acts of generosity spread across social media throughout the tournament. For many supporters, the biggest surprise wasn't the massive stadiums or the scale of the World Cup, it was the kindness they encountered everywhere they went. So what made millions of visitors rethink everything they thought they knew about the United States? And why has one simple word, kindness, become one of the most common descriptions of the 2026 World Cup experience? Let's discover the real America through the eyes of the fans who experienced it firsthand. Why does the rest of the world spend so much time scrutinizing America? It seems that, for a long time, we've been the favorite subject of criticism from our European friends across the Atlantic. They call us loud, rude, or simply unsophisticated because of the way we love our country. Their media often sounds like a broken record, repeating the same chorus about an America filled with danger, lazy people sitting at home eating fast food, and an unhealthy culture. You've probably grown used to hearing those labels attached to us. They've created a barrier that makes people who've never been here feel uneasy whenever America is mentioned. But then came the 2026 World Cup, and those very visitors who arrived carrying those stereotypes ended up being the ones who tore down the false image the media had built.
America, it is happening. Do you see it? People who aren't American, who have travelled to the World Cup, are realising they've been lied to.
Hot dog, packet of crisps, and a drink bigger than my head for $3. Not bad.
That's your first ever bite of Texas barbecue. What do you think?
Have you seen the videos flooding social media right now? These aren't scripted speeches, they're genuine reactions from first-time visitors. We've been lied to our whole lives. That phrase is showing up everywhere. The moment they walk into a Walmart, see the massive scale of a Buc-ee's travel center, or simply experience an American smiling and greeting them on the street, the stereotype that Americans are rude seems to melt away faster than a cup of ice on a hot June afternoon. Perhaps the funniest misconception is the idea that Americans are lazy. European media often portrays Americans as people who simply indulge themselves, but the actual numbers don't seem to agree. According to the data, the average American worker puts in about 6 to 9 more hours per week than their European counterparts. Maybe they've forgotten about the concept of a strong work ethic, the very thing we've continued to uphold in building this country's prosperity. You see, in America, hard work isn't just something people talk about. It's something measured by results. And look at how they're falling in love with their experiences in America. They're beginning to realize that we offer much more than just fast food. They're amazed by the incredible diversity of American cuisine, from authentic regional specialties to upscale dining experiences that rival those of any European capital. They're beginning to understand that America is far more than what they've seen on television. It's a blend of majestic mountains, tropical beaches, and an energetic spirit that never stops moving. The 2026 World Cup has been like a powerful wind, blowing away that curtain of stereotypes. Watching these visitors change their attitudes from skepticism to admiration, and even sadness when it's time to leave, is probably more than simple politeness. It's an awakening to a reality that, perhaps, even we sometimes forget to appreciate. Don't go anywhere, we still have plenty more to unpack. And don't forget to hit subscribe before we move on to the next section. For years, foreign media has painted Americans as isolated people who care only about work and have little interest in the world around them. Many visitors arrive expecting to be ignored or met with cold stares. Yet they're often the very people who end up correcting that misconception. Just step outside on any morning. Here, it's perfectly normal for a complete stranger to smile and say hello in an elevator or while passing you on the street. While many European cities view keeping your distance as a sign of sophistication, we choose to break that silence with friendliness. Some visitors from France have admitted they were shocked to receive a dozen friendly greetings after walking only a few blocks through an American city. It seems that the very loudness the media criticizes is actually one of the most genuine ways people connect with one another. When the World Cup arrived in our cities, that hospitality shined even brighter. Americans have a unique instinct for being good hosts. We don't see international fans as people invading our space. We see them as an opportunity to share what we have. Have you heard the story from Boston? At the Dubliner bar, beer consumption by Scottish supporters completely exceeded every forecast. Instead of complaining about the noise and excitement, the staff embraced the atmosphere, working tirelessly to keep the drinks flowing and help create a true celebration. Or consider how Delta organized celebrations alongside fans, turning flights themselves into part of the overall experience. There was no hostility, only sportsmanship and genuine hospitality. And just look around. Cities across the country have been filled with festival-like energy, where no matter where you're from, you're welcomed into the crowd. Looks like a lot of fun, doesn't it? Perhaps that's the real difference. Many people confuse formal politeness with America's natural warmth. We may be loud. We may lack a bit of polished refinement, but that sincerity is something that's difficult to fake. Our pride in this country makes us genuinely want every visitor to feel welcome and comfortable. This World Cup season seems to have shattered the stereotype of the rude American through the simplest human interactions. Watching the way we welcome strangers, perhaps you've felt that unique sense of connection yourself. Without even realizing it, the World Cup turned each of us into unofficial ambassadors without needing a diplomatic passport. And who knows? By the time the tournament is over, perhaps the world's view of America will have a few fewer distorted brushstrokes than the media has spent years painting. Oversized food portions may be just another ordinary part of life for us Americans. But for people who grew up in the compact, smaller-scale world across the Atlantic, it's nothing short of a major culture shock. Just stop by the Cheesecake Factory. Their menu is as thick as an epic novel, and take the chicken Parmesan pizza, for example, a combination that perhaps only America would dare to create. Many people call it excessive or over the top, but if you look closely, it's actually proof of our powerful agricultural industry and our philosophy of calculated abundance.
Okay, well, we clearly didn't know the size of a pizza because we ordered 7 of them. Oh my God.
Why count every single gram of food when you can have it all? It's not just about calories. It's about the comfort we've built over decades. And don't forget those kid-size ice creams, something that, in many other countries, could probably feed an entire family.
Me asking for a child portion and just still as big as the adult.
In America, that's just an ordinary convenience on the drive to work. Speaking of driving, this is where many visitors become truly overwhelmed. They're used to cars that look like little matchboxes on wheels. What about us? Behind the wheel of a Jeep Wagoneer or a powerful pickup truck, you're not just driving. You've mastered the space around you.
Huge. The air conditioning's amazing. The screen's amazing. I'm even getting cold air blowing up my bottom. I love being in America. I love American cars.
You've got cold air conditioning, plenty of legroom, and, most importantly, complete freedom on the endless stretches of interstate highways. While they squeeze through centuries-old streets barely wide enough for a single car, we travel on broad ribbons of pavement connecting an entire nation. Many people criticize our go big or go home lifestyle, but perhaps they're simply jealous. They call it wasteful, but you and I know it's optimization. Everything in America is designed to serve people as quickly and efficiently as possible. Abundance here is simply another expression of choice. What do you want? What do you need? Whatever it is, it's available at the highest level. Watching these visitors stare in amazement at giant cereal boxes or the towering presence of American pickup trucks, you may even feel a quiet sense of pride. They arrive. They marvel. They take pictures. And perhaps they begin to realize that what the media portrayed was only the surface. The reality is that we live in a country where being big isn't about showing off. It's the standard for meeting people's needs at the highest level. If too much is the price we pay for the convenience and freedom we enjoy every day in America, then perhaps we'd never trade it for anything else. What do you think? Let us know in the comments below. Usually, when a country is honored to host the World Cup, preparations become an all-out effort. Some nations are willing to spend tens of billions of dollars constructing enormous stadiums, only to leave many of them sitting empty after a handful of matches. Watching them struggle to build everything from scratch makes you appreciate America even more, a country that doesn't have to drain its budget just to prove it can host a global tournament. We don't need the World Cup to put ourselves on the map, because our billion-dollar cathedrals have been here for years, serving millions of fans every NFL and MLS season. Have you ever wondered where the real strength lies? Just look at a typical Thursday night college football game. Stadiums holding 70,000 or even nearly 100,000 fans are packed with passionate supporters. In many parts of the world, even a national championship might not come close to that level of infrastructure. In America, it's simply business as usual. Parking systems, security operations, and traffic management all run as smoothly as a machine that's been thoroughly tested over many years. We built this infrastructure for ourselves, for everyday life, not to impress the world during a temporary event. Then visitors experience another surprise: the comfort. Watch them step out of the blazing June heat and into the cool air provided by America's HVAC systems. To them, it feels luxurious. To you and me, it's simply a basic standard that every public space, from shopping malls to stadiums, is expected to provide. Or consider their surprise when they see the enormous parking lots at America's national parks and nature preserves, something visitors in many countries can only dream about. High-quality interstate highways carry them effortlessly, from bustling cities to breathtaking natural landscapes without interruption. That's the freedom of mobility we've invested in for decades. The flexibility with which we convert football stadiums into world-class soccer venues isn't just an engineering achievement. It's a reflection of efficient, long-term asset management. We don't build dead facilities. We build lasting infrastructure with practical value. As visitors enjoy the tournament in these modern stadiums, they aren't weaving through unfinished construction sites or walking past forests of scaffolding. They're experiencing a magnificent, comfortable backdrop that has been here all along. Perhaps America's greatest strength isn't what we can accomplish during a single month of World Cup competition. It's what we've spent decades building, maintaining, and improving to serve our own everyday lives. Are you proud of the infrastructure and quality of life we have here? Leave us a comment below, and while you're at it, don't forget to hit subscribe. Have you ever wondered why a retail store like Walmart has become something of a pilgrimage site for so many international visitors? It's fascinating to watch them walk through the brightly lit aisles, their eyes lighting up as if they've just discovered hidden treasure. To visitors from overseas, this isn't simply a store, it's the modern-day Roman Colosseum of consumer culture. While people often marvel at ancient stone columns elsewhere, here, greatness is found in endless aisles of merchandise, where virtually every human need can be met in a single stop. If Walmart represents abundance on an astonishing scale, then Buc-ee's offers an entirely new definition of what a gas station can be. Think about it in most places. A roadside stop is somewhere people want to leave as quickly as possible. Buc-ee's, on the other hand, sells just about everything. Here, with brisket sandwiches in every flavor imaginable and cowboy hats full of country charm, Buc-ee's has transformed a basic necessity into an entertainment experience. And let's not forget the cleanliness. Seeing tourists completely stunned by how spotless the restrooms are at these travel centers is perhaps a gentle reminder of the difference in service philosophy. What we consider perfectly normal is, to much of the world, a completely different standard. Perhaps the key lies in the practical philosophy we've embraced for decades. We don't sell products based on the idea of just enough. We provide choices on a scale that's hard to resist. From the powerful pickup trucks parked outside to the towering stacks of household goods on the shelves, everything is designed so you'll almost never have to say, "I couldn't find it." To outsiders, this kind of abundance may look like confident excess. But to those who truly value time and convenience, it's optimization at its finest. Watching visitors marvel at the way we operate these miniature universes, you might even find yourself wondering, why are they so amazed by things we consider completely ordinary? Perhaps it's because while much of the world is still adapting to limited space and carefully measured consumption, we've chosen to build everything around abundance and speed. Walmart and Buc-ee's aren't just brand names, they're living examples of the power of an economy built on confidence in virtually unlimited supply. Many people arrived in America with a skeptical mindset, only to find themselves falling in love with the way this country works. They realized that America offers a sense of freedom and openness that their own homelands, with their tighter spaces and stricter regulations, may still be far from matching. The ironic part is that while these overseas visitors are enthusiastically enjoying every moment in America, some people living here seem endlessly focused on finding flaws to criticize. It's a strange contrast, isn't it? When visitors see the prosperity and privileges we enjoy, things we sometimes take for granted, some Americans are busy dismissing those very achievements. They treat prosperity as something ordinary and use social problems as reasons to turn their backs on their own country. In many ways, World Cup 2026 has become a brutally honest mirror. The admiration shown by international visitors has unintentionally become a real-world measure of the quality of life that we sometimes forget to appreciate. When you see those visitors wishing they could stay in America, longing to enjoy the convenience of grabbing a Dunkin' coffee on the way to work, or the freedom of driving on open highways without feeling restricted, doesn't it make you realize that we already have things the rest of the world dreams about? If you look beyond the final scores on the scoreboard, the true success of this tournament may have been its ability to change perspectives. When these visitors return home, they'll carry stories about a positive America, a country of opportunity and abundance, an image they verified with their own eyes, instead of accepting media stereotypes. Maybe it's time for us to ask ourselves whether we should appreciate what we have a little more. Instead of constantly criticizing ourselves or chasing trends that dismiss our own achievements, perhaps it's time for you and me to embrace what we have, instead of letting cynical neighbors or biased media reshape the pride we already possess. What do you think? We'd love to hear your perspective in the comments below. Before World Cup 2026 kicked off, we heard plenty of people shaking their heads, saying things like, "What does America know about soccer?" Others worried that the country wasn't safe enough to host an event of this scale. But once visitors actually arrived, the story unfolded in a way that even they never expected. Many passionate fans openly admitted, "We owe America a huge apology." It may sound dramatic, but in reality, it was an honest acknowledgement from people who had spent years believing distorted media narratives. They came here expecting the worst. But America's warmth, hospitality, and remarkably professional organization completely won them over. After everything they experienced, perhaps the authenticity of the American people and American service proved far more trustworthy than any polished analysis published in foreign newspapers. It's no surprise they were amazed by how smoothly the host cities operated. Concerns that America didn't know how to host such a tournament quickly disappeared, thanks to strong security, flexible logistics, and a festival atmosphere that perhaps only America could create. We didn't need flashy advertising campaigns to impress anyone. The authenticity was there in every beer served at a neighborhood bar, every quick meal at McDonald's or Wendy's between matches, and in the natural friendliness of the local people. Whether intentionally or not, World Cup 2026 became a more effective campaign for America's image than anything money could have bought. It wasn't built through books or speeches, but through new friendships formed in the stadiums and unforgettable memories created throughout the journey. The world seems to be gradually realizing that no matter how distorted the picture painted by the media may be, the living reality of America still has the power to speak for itself. America has always been an incredible destination, and World Cup 2026 has become the clearest reflection of that. After seeing how the world has changed its perspective on our country, what moment made you feel the most proud to be an American? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed these insights and would like to continue exploring more in-depth perspectives on America with me, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe so you won't miss any future content. And lastly, this video is based on the shares, experiences, and personal viewpoints of the quoted individuals combined with the channel's commentary and analysis to provide a multifaceted perspective and encourage discussion. The content does not claim that these experiences represent the entire United States or all British people. Each country has its strengths and challenges, and each individual will have different experiences depending on their circumstances, location, and perspective. The most important message the video wants to convey is: always be open, seek information from multiple sources, and if possible, experience it yourself before drawing any conclusions. Thank you for taking the time to watch. See you in the next video. As 48 nations arrived in America, from the passionate supporters of Brazil to fans from first-time participants like Cape Verde and Uzbekistan, the tournament transformed our cities into borderless centers of cultural exchange. You might find it surprising to see opposing fans exchanging jerseys after a match. That's not a sign of abandoning loyalty. It's a gesture of sportsmanship that has become increasingly rare in a world so often divided. In fan zones from Dallas to New York, the political arguments of everyday life seem to disappear, replaced by shared applause for a beautiful goal. We all know that the media sometimes paints distorted pictures of the world, but this summer, direct, first-hand experiences changed those perceptions. An international fan visiting America, perhaps stopping by Costco for the first time to buy a few things or trying some local food, gets the chance to personally discover how different the America they've heard about is from the America they actually experience. Breaking through these information bubbles is one of the World Cup's quiet yet powerful achievements. In this moment, the world's game became a common language, allowing us to see one another not as geopolitical entities, but as individuals united by the same passion. As the host nation, America has provided a neutral stage where professionalism and modern infrastructure serve not only the matches themselves, but also create a safe environment where the world can come together. You can see that stability in the way we organize everything from traveling between states to the hospitality of local people. It demonstrates that the strength of a great power isn't measured solely by its economy or military, but also by its ability to bring the world together in peace. Now, looking back on the entire journey, perhaps it's time to ask yourself, will you continue believing the calculated, attention-grabbing headlines on social media, or will you place your trust in real-life experiences and the human values we've built together? What do you think about the way America has welcomed the world this summer? Is this the true face of our country that we want the world to remember? Leave your thoughts in the comments below. And if you don't want to miss more thoughtful and straightforward perspectives like this, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you can join me on the journeys ahead. See you next time.